why it was had me on the wrong stream. Okay. So we've got fat nuggets, and I've kind of made a flop so far just to kind of get sizing right. Because I want Nifty to be able to ride him. So I need him to be about relation to Nifty. So I've kind of made like a blob to kind of get the shaders right before I even start. I'm gonna make this a little bigger, and we're gonna go ahead and just start doing like. Apparently, a lot of people don't do this anymore. They do the sculpting thing, and I do sculpting for like more detailed characters. But come on, this character is so simple. I don't think I really need to like sculpt it. I can just, and you have to do topology too, so it adds a whole nother step. It's just easier for me to start from the retopology step and just sculpt it like, I don't know what this is called. Like, I guess it's like polygon sculpting. Used to be the only way that you could sculpt, and before that they actually had something called NURBS, which you can still do NURBS. Some people use NURBS for cars because it gives you really smooth stuff. Works really great for cars, but you do not want to be using NURBS. It's hell on earth. I mean, I'm not even joking. Modeling using NURBS is like hell on earth. And if you look at really old stuff like Toy Story, like one of the first, those were all done with NURBS. And that's kind of why they were less complicated, just because it was so hard to make work. It was so hard. Um, and I did know a character modeler when I was in school that had learned with NURBS. Is my tool on? Let's see if it's on. Regify. I think this is it. Oh, for gosh darn sakes. Okay, it's not working again. I fixed it, but it's not working again. Why is it not working again? That's interesting. Well, I fixed it, but it's broken again. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start doing the head. So I'm gonna give him. I don't know. Do you think he has a neck? I don't think he has a neck. It's just kind of like. It's cute. It's cute, but he does not have a neck. I would not say he has a neck. So I'm gonna take these polygons here, and I'm gonna go very quickly and just kind of give him a round shape here, so it's easier for me to make the head. Oh god, it looks like ham. Like, that's not good to think about, but it does look a little like ham. I wish I had more screenshots of him, but I couldn't find that many. At least nothing like from the side or from the front. This was the best picture I found of him. And it was, what was it? When I found it, it was like one of those weird file formats, like a WEP. So that's why I have the weird transparency stuff in the background. It's because this was working at one point. Let me see. We're gonna go up on a weird tangent real quick. Screen. Yeah, that's what I want. Can you like enable here? You gonna work? Come on. Region, blah 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 blah. See, is it working? Come on. Screencast keys, come on. Cursor. To window. Left. Come on. That's right. Where is it? Screencast key, shadow background, font size. Show less operation. Margin. Corner radius. Screencast keys. Should be showing. The reason I like the screencast key is it shows what I'm doing, because otherwise I don't think it's really boring for me to sit here and say like, oh, I'm pressing the middle mouse button key. So what this does is it shows it. But it doesn't seem to want to work. Come on. Draw area. Text. Draw area. Blah, 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 blah. Set origin. Okay. Right. Cursor. Jesus. Well, I think I've got everything set up, and then I start the stream, I realize I don't. Let me make sure my audio is working. Okay, yeah, my audio is working. Because sometimes that doesn't work either. Okay, so that's E key, but for some reason the screencast keys aren't working. That doesn't work. Yeah, I know that. What was this shortcut? Let's see if we like disable that. And then enable that maybe. Set origin area. Yeah. Shadow background. Make it red. Is it showing up? Nope. Oh my god. Text. Oh. That's just working. Like, oh, there it is. I do not know what I did, but I'm scared to touch it now. Okay. Get it over there. And then white so it doesn't make my eyes bleed. Okay. There we go. So now I don't have to sit there and go, I'm clicking my mouse. People don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go add another extrude there. It's the E key. That's why I do not like doing streams without this thing on, because oh my god. I do not know how people will follow me without it. G is for grab. God, I love Blender shortcut keys. It makes so much sense in English anyway. I feel bad for anybody who's not like an English speaker though, because they probably don't make sense in other language. So, but at the same time, I love my shortcut keys so much. Blender, like half the reason I love Blender is the shortcut keys make so much sense. So we're gonna go here and we're gonna start making his face, and then I'm kind of gonna go to this area here so I can see what I'm looking at. I'm gonna go to the top. So I hit numpad 7 and that goes to top. And B here is box select, so I can select some things here. And go to the front view. And we're gonna kind of make it bigger. There you go. Give him a little butt. Cute little butt. Okay. His head's a little bit too big for his body here, it seems like. It seems like it's almost because the body and the head proportions are kind of what makes him cute. So we have to like be cognizant of that. I don't know how else to say that. So he's got like his top of his head's kind of small, and then his cheeks come out here, and they're very large. So I want to make sure to get that in the art, in the model. Maybe add like a Control R here, give us another loop cut. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And we're going to work a little bit here on getting this proportions here so it looks like him. And I, of course, am using just one reference image, but it's kind of okay because it's the 3/4 view. If I had to choose one like view to make a 3D character for, I'd always choose the 3/4 view because it gives the most 3D data. Oh my god, it's so good. Oh, I'm addicted to Coca-Cola. It's so bad. I think Coca-Cola was coming out yesterday and they were like, why are people not buying your products anymore? And honestly, I'm addicted to Coke and I still don't buy Coke anymore. I buy the knockoff brands because Coca-Cola decided during pandemic that they could charge $7 for a 12 pack, and I'm like, nope. So now I drink like Faygo Coca-Cola. Like you know what Faygo Coca-Cola is. But Faygo basically is known for being what is that clown? But there's a clown band. And for some reason all of the people who are fans of this band drink the same Coca-Cola, which is called Faygo Coca-Cola. And they all drink the Faygo Coca-Cola because they just do. I don't know. They do. So here we're gonna mess up his little butt. Okay. So I've got enough stuff now that I can actually start doing some sculpting, which is what I'm gonna do. I don't like to sculpt the character completely, but at the same time, it does help with shaping it once I've got enough geometry. Of course, not using dynamic topology because that doesn't make any sense to me. Okay, it seems my perspective or orthographic. That kind of makes sense. Okay, so here's perspective. And the difference between perspective and orthographic is perspective is how it. This is like a 2D drawing, and this is like a 3D drawing. That's like the best way I can describe it. God, that's so good. I love Coca-Cola. Okay. So, kind of got him starting to look right. Maybe like this spot here should be a little bit, and this here, make his butt a little rounder. I do not know why, but this pig reminds me of Gravity Falls. And if anybody asks you, hey, do you want a pet pig? Always say no. Never say yes to getting a pet pig. He's very cute. But if you say yes to getting a pet pig, you're not going to have a good time for like a very long time. The cute, like, pygmy pigs are not really a thing. So, what happened was, for a long time, everybody was like, oh, it's so cute, let's get the baby pigs. The baby pigs would grow up, and then those baby pigs would be, let's add a grease pencil to him real quick. So we're gonna, where am I? Okay, I'm in soft mode, okay. So let's add a, oh, I'm burping. Oh, sorry. Grease pencil. We're gonna add a stroke real quick. We're gonna go to line art. We're gonna go fat pigs, fat nuggets, fat nuggets, and line material black. Okay. So we're gonna mess here. If you're going to do it, the 0, you have to hit 0 real quick because. Okay. So let's get our Suzanne real quick. And Suzanne is my camera control. She's the monkey. So I can basically grab the monkey and look at the character a little easier. Okay. So we're going to take the grease pencil here and do some changes real quick. Number 1, we're going to get rid of the layers. I'm going to add a new layer. Call it Fat Nuggets. Okay. Now we're going to go back into this bit here and we'll have to reselect that. Edge type here. I really do like doing the silhouette a lot, actually. So we'll do a silhouette, and that's just going to give us a silhouette here. We're going to make the silhouette slightly bigger. Light reference, geometry processing, occlusion, section. I want it to look super smooth. So I'm going to call this silhouette. Okay, we've got our grease pencil and our silhouette. We're going to add a new line art, and this is going to be like the outline. Make it fat nuggets, layer, fat nuggets, we're going to do black again. Line thickness, we're going to make it, see it's skinnier here, but I like having a silhouette and then do edge type. Intersection. Okay. Contour. Okay. Okay. We got that much. Now we're going to add a... I don't know if this works, but we're going to add a subdivide. In geometry, what that does is it makes it smoother. I'm hoping that does the same thing in grease pencil. I don't actually know. So let's do a little bit of modeling here. So we can see the, we're trying to get it to look like the picture here, so it makes sense to try to get it to look like that in the viewport here. Not gonna look exactly the same because, well, it's 3D, but trying to get it to look from the camera view, which we've got in about the same position, has our reference image there, and we're trying to make it look similar. And also, I do not know why, but as a 3D modeler, I get really obsessive about making everything quads. It's very, I'm always very obsessed about it. Okay, about there. Looks about right. Kind of would like it just to be here and not there. And I think we're actually going to hide this stroke for a second. I think one way to do that is to go from the side view here, and we're going to flatten out this neck so he doesn't have a neck. Which, I mean, I think pigs don't have a neck normally, so we're going to very carefully make him not have a neck. So his body just kind of merges into his head in a way. So go back to here and turn back on this and see what that looks like. Nope, not quite. Maybe make it kind of curved here. That's the problem with working with like one or two reference images. You don't really know exactly what you're doing, but you kind of have an idea. And I do like the 3/4 image. It's probably the best reference you can get. The reason it's doing that is I have a subdivision surface on it, which means I don't have to add as many polygons to get a smooth look. So go back here. Yep. That's giving me closer. That's giving me much closer. Okay, so go back to the... So, I think like right here, we should add something. We're kind of going to take this and take the stroke off. I've had my computer's very horrible. So I have to do compromises to make sure it doesn't shut off, because it actually has. Let me save real quick because I'm thinking about it. It actually does shut down more than I would like it to, but just because it's so weak. Which is why I had to stop being a VTuber, because my computer was just not giving a good experience for anyone. Especially me. Okay. So we got kind of there. And we're going to work. And I'm going to go into sculpt mode for a second here. So I can control it a bit better. So we're going to go here. And from the bottom, and we're going to shape it here. Okay. Oh, it's called box modeling. I just thought of it. This is called box modeling, probably. I do some sculpting. Okay, hit 0. And go back into the grease pencil. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Okay. Now let's do a grab here. And then like there. Let's go in our modifiers real quick. You can see I've got a mirror here. If we go and we add that, should let me add a little bit there. Come on. Grab it here. Okay. Turn off our grease pencil real quick. I think I want this bit here to be kind of more smooth there. Okay. I think we've got like the kind of silhouette of the body kind of about where we want it. Someone offers you a pet pig, say no. Unless you got a farm. He is adorable, but dealing with pigs is not fun. Okay. Turn on O. What that does is it creates like fall off brush here. Back on our crease pencil real quick. Yeah. Okay. So I think that's about good for there. So let's turn off our camera settings for right now, and we're going to add some more detail real quick. So we're going to add his arms, his legs, and his ears. And color comes last. So we have to do the color last. So we're gonna go into side view here, which is 3 on the numpad, hit tab. And then what we're gonna do is, I'm trying to figure out like where his ears should go. I kind of want to add another loop cut there, which is gonna mess me up a bit. I don't actually have to add. So we're gonna go into tab and we're gonna add. Let's add a cube. We got this here. Is this connected? Nope. Okay, so scale Z. That works. Okay. Let's get R. Rotate X. 90. Okay. Oh. Take clipping off for a second. This mirror modifier, if I put the clipping on here and I go this way, it'll merge them together. I do not want that. So we're going to go ahead and take them away. And we're going to give it a loop cut. Oh. Okay. So I'm going to grab one and Control L. And then they're on the wrong side, so it'll drive me nuts. Okay, so they're on the right side now. We're going to shape his ears into like a triangle here. So we're shaping his ears. Hi, Mira. Yeah, it's a pig. No, it's not Dumbo Pig. Got the cute little ears. It's here. It reminds me kind of the pig from Seven Deadly Sins. Have you ever seen that? He's a hell pig. Isn't he? He's adorable. I'm working on getting him looking right in the a grease pencil too. Which is a hell of another kind. Yeah. The one I was using for like ever didn't work anymore, but this one seems to work. Yeah, I don't know how people do streams without it. It took me like it's finicky though. Like it took me longer than I would have liked in the beginning of my stream to get it working. I was actually kind of pissed at it. I was sitting there cussing at it. I was like, no, go away. I don't really need to have it connected, so I'm just gonna hit X, I think. Rotate Y, maybe. I don't know. It's starting to look like a pig. The shader sells it though, doesn't it? Like you just look at the pink color and you can kind of tell it's a pig without even doing anything. Although it just kind of look a little like a dog right now. No, it's not. It's one I made myself. I've been working on it. It's the shader here. which I've been working on. So basically I can control the images and what the images all look like. Yeah, well, I based it on some stuff other people did, so it's not like I developed it purely by myself, so it's basically got like a fake rim light. Where's the fake rim light? So you can see it's got like it's basically I can control some things here. I can do multiply. And then there's that's the rim lighting there. So I usually do screen right there because that's the light. And then I actually have a fake sun. So I can sit there and like assign different lighting to different characters and stuff. Change the color of the shader, etc., etc. I do like the kamikaze ones though, because they're great for things I would not want to do. They're cool. I just don't want to do them. There's only so many times. There's only so many hours in the day. How's your day been? Is it the weekend where you are, or is it Monday now? I think like it should be slightly smaller. Oh yeah, it's 10 a.m. Why am I working? Why am I doing stuff so early this morning? I shouldn't be work. I shouldn't be doing stuff this early. It's a crime against. I don't know, but it's a crime against something. Let's add another cube here. Why am I working so early? I'm insane. Okay, we got our nice snows here. Line. Do that. That looks like a nose ish. Give it. And then scale that down a bit, and then I think that's nose-ish. I thought you were somewhere else. I thought you were in Singapore for some reason. Yeah, it's a nose. Now it definitely reads pig. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, 10 years, that's a long time. Yeah, it's definitely piggy looking now. That's gonna check out the grease pencil here. I've been addicted to the grease pencil lately. Let's see what I got here. See what it's got. Yeah, it's a while. Been talking to people in New Mexico who want to hire me, kinda. Excited about that. They told me how much they were going to pay me, and I nearly had a stroke. So that was fun. Both? I'm sorely underpaid. And I know I am. How's it going? Bankerton, right? How you doing? We're trying to make fat nuggets. Trying to, anyway. Oh, my dog just farted. Oh God, it's so bad. My dog's stomach is so bad. Oh, she farted. Oh, Jesus. Pretty good. I got some caffeine right here. And I'm hanging out. Talking about moving to New Mexico right now. Which I'm very excited about, but I'm trying to figure out how to get the money for it. I may have to tap my retirement. Let's add a cone. Let's do this. Get rid of the stroke for a second. I have to hide the stroke quite often or my computer crashes. I need a new computer, but I don't want to spend the money for a new computer, so we're just gonna keep on going. Take precautions and many saves. Hi, Critter! Yeah, it's Piggy. I don't even have to tell you it's a pig. You can look at the color, you can tell it's pig. I hear you finally got some sleep, Critter. Yeah, I was feeling like I was like, can't be. Can't be you. You don't sleep. Hey, let's do about there. He's kind of just gonna jiggle. Like, I'm not. He's gonna be very jiggly. Yeah, I know it can't be you. It looks like a pig, convincingly enough. Which, I mean, if it didn't, I'd be a little bit concerned. I was talking about how these kind of pigs were pretty popular for a while, and you shouldn't buy them at all. Because it looks so cute, but then, there's no such thing as a pygmy pig. So they were buying them, and then, like, they grow up. Yeah, the ones that stay small for a month, and then they're like 50 pound beasts. Yeah. They were like, oh, it stays small forever. And they were lying. It doesn't. These kind of pigs were really popular for a while. And, yeah, don't buy them. Sad to say, but just don't. Because then you're rewarding, like, bad behavior. They're cute as the dickens, especially when they're babies. But then when they grow up, you are not gonna be happy. I think Logan Paul bought one, and it's quote unquote mysteriously disappeared. So, we know what happened to that poor pig, don't we? It went to the farm, and they don't keep them for the milk, so don't buy these pigs unless you have a farm. Unless you actually have a farm, because pigs are smarter than dogs, and they can be cute. But from what I've heard, and I've never had one. I live in an apartment. There's no way I can keep a pig. But from what I've heard, pigs go basically feral faster than any other animal does. So you could have it and it'd be real cute, but then you stop petting it for like a month and then it'll go, wild again. It's not a good pet. Goat at one point in time. Well, my mother did. I hated that thing. Oh my God. Don't ever get a goat. Never get a goat. Never get a goat. Oh my God. Those things are horrible. Never get a goat. Yeah, it was horrible. Uh, my mom shouldn't have gotten the goat. She did it because she had a goat when she was a kid and she reminisced about that, but she didn't take care of it properly, and it was just, I felt so bad for the goat. That's looking pretty good. I like that. Okay. It's really hard to work. Even I didn't know that critter. How do you know that? Turtles are okay. I have a lizard, actually. And it's not, basically, like, I do not get animals that are high maintenance on purpose because of the goat. Turtles are okay. I mean, as long as you get the right kind of turtle. You want to make sure, like, I think a Russian tortoise is okay. Or, I don't know way too much about animals. I wanted to be a vet when I was a kid. A Russian tortoise would be okay, or like a star tortoise. You want to make sure like you get the smaller ones. Oh, how, critter, how hard is it to keep a light bulb in stock? Critter, how hard is it to keep? And actually, technically, I have to have two light bulbs. You have to have a heating one and a UV one. My lizard is very low maintenance. I got a bearded dragon, and he is so sweet. Critter, you should not get any animals then. Maybe a goldfish, but even a goldfish is hard. Oh, that's not good. I think there's like, I have a Roomba. I have a Roomba, and then I have like one that does like, what is it, like a Swiffer one? So I put a Swiffer on it, and I put it on my, like, I do that. Swiffers are very easy to feed, I will give you that. They are very easy to take care of and feed. I have an off-brand Roomba. Gotta make this a little bit rounder there. Yeah. A piggy. It's a piggy. I'll have to go to Mira's. I'll have to go. I don't know. I think I'm following Mira. I'll have to go find her and just watch her streams at some point. It's really hard for me to watch streams though. I get addicted to Jenny Nicholson and I just watch her on repeat. Look at his dark eyes. I'm sure he's done something. Let's give him a really big butt. Here we go. Yeah, that looks good. There we go. Big butt. It's like, but I don't know. But there's a couple of hell pigs. There's one in Seven Deadly Sins too, which actually kind of looks somewhat similar. But I guess it's just because it's a hell pig. They're both hell pigs, so they both have like horns and stuff. Here you go. Got a little pig. Little piggy piggy. Oh god. Well, that looks about right. Look at his eyes. You can tell something's gone wrong. See here. Grease pencil hates me. I've decided. Grease pencil hates me. You know what? Let's go ahead and add his eyes. Fudge! Well, that was fun. This is why I can't have nice things. Uh, what happened? Oh, I'll tell you what happened. My computer's too slow. I'll tell you what happened. My computer's horrible. So what happened was I had grease pencil on and was like moving around, and it crashed because of that. So if I like do this too much, it actually will crash. Which is why I saved like compulsively. So I didn't lose that much. I need a new computer. Badly. I was a VTuber for a while, but I cannot. I basically can't do anything. I can do the VTuber or I can do something, but I can't do both. So I have a PNG reactive now. Make sure everything's still set up properly. Yeah, that's what happened. I was being overly aggressive with moving around, and it crashed me. And if I don't laugh, I cry. Thank God I learned to like aggressively save when I was working as a contractor. God damn, man. Stroke. Go ahead and save. Get rid of that. Yeah, I was messing with the stroke and it did not like that. So, okay. So we're gonna draw in the face real quick while turning off the stroke because otherwise it'll break aggressively. So I go into face here in my stroke and I have a layer face. Then I go here for the object mode and I drop down and I'm going into draw mode here. Black, we're gonna for a pin. Yep. See what was I drawing on? Stroke, we don't want that, we want surface. Yes, I am. Critter, you know I don't. Why would I need anything but a mouse? You don't make any sense, Critter. Okay. So what I did here is I made a new material. Yes, I do. But it's annoying to use. I was gonna do something complicated, I'd go get it, but that's not complicated. Here we go. Here's more pig now. Yes, I do. I have a very nice tablet. It's a UG. Because I refuse to buy pay Wacom's like prices anymore. I used to. But did you see their AI stuff they were doing lately? So I'm not paying their prices ever again. My neighbor's doing something. I don't know what it is. Rotate X. Well, it's like 11 a.m. on a Sunday morning. I was thinking something else, Critter, but you know, you do you. Okay, so I want to, it does read pig, but I want to make it look more like the actual character art. I can't help it that when I was learning Blender, like, I was using computers worse than the one I have now at, like, my school. Because it was a community college. And actually, I did eventually go to, like, a normal college or whatever, and I was using their computers too. And I wasn't allowed to install anything. So I was running Blender off a USB stick, which you can do. So I just like put Blender on a USB stick and I would use it like that. Blender's very versatile. Probably still have some of the art from then. It's on my Facebook probably, which I don't touch Facebook. I think it's not for me. I kind of wonder if some of like I'm not a very big social media person, like at least with my normal name. I wonder if that hurts me in my job market. I've heard it might. That's just ridiculous. How can like not having like social media under your name be like non-discriminatory? Because there are reasons I don't have it under my normal name. Well, I'm a social democrat, so I think that that would kind of turn people off, wouldn't it? Eh, what social democrat? That's just normal person in your neck of the woods, isn't it? Sims language? What's the Sims language? Isn't that weird like where they just talk random? Okay, I think that's actually looking decent. Here we go. Let's look at the layers. Come on. Layers. Here we go. Fat nuggets. Eh. Hide that. Oh, I do need to unwrap them in a second. That's probably going to sell it more than anything else will. Okay. I think I've got enough geometry, so we're going to see how badly this looks. Let's do it here. Pretty much, yeah. Already got a Ooh, UV editor. How bad is this? Probably pretty bad. Okay. Let's do here, here, here. No. Do that. No! Did this turn off? Looks like it did. Oh my god! Color, shadow. Window. Set origin. Yeah. Show less operation. Why do I have to set this up every time? I should just be like there. And this is... There it is! I see it. Okay. Pretty much, you're gonna paint some UV stuff. Mark seam. Mark seam. Now we're gonna paint the butt. We'll paint the butt now. I just want a picture of Nifty riding him by the end of the day. That's my goal. It's a very lofty goal, but I think I can achieve it. Okay, so that looks okay. Pretty small. He's pretty small. Or I should say small-ish. I think he's probably like... Well, he's in relation to Nifty, and Nifty's about 3 feet. And actually, Fat Nuggets is way too big now. Let's scale them. Oh, there's what I want. Yeah. Okay, let's unwrap it again and see how bad it is. And that's getting better. If we can see here what the UVs look like. UV. I'm looking for stretch. There should be a way to see stretch. I would say the pig's about 2 feet tall. That's probably how big I want him. Let's hide Nifty before my computer crashes again. Maybe it's here? Where's stretch? Weird. Why do I have to figure this out every single time I do this? Probably because I don't do it enough. Here we go. Stitch. UV layout. Minimize stretch. You stretch, but okay. What's the pig look like? Oh, maybe we could start trying to paint him. Let's go ahead and start trying to paint him. I'm gonna do that first, of course. I just thought of something. I can't. Just thought of that. It's mirrored. Forgot I had that on. We're gonna give him a paint real quick just to see what the UV is starting to look like. Give him a little toe. It shouldn't be that big. It'd be pretty small, actually. Go. Yeah, it's not perfect, but that'll give us at least a reference to start. I would get rid of the mirror modifier, but I just don't want to. I guess I could. Isn't there a way to do mirror modifier without mirror modifier? I think there actually is. I could try that. Let's see if we can do that. So apply. And then I think there's actually some way to do it with like that, right? No. Maybe it's the wrong axis. Probably the wrong axis. What am I doing here? Let's see. Grab you? Oh, come on. I don't want to do that, so we're gonna... Nope. Undo that real quick, because that did not work the way I wanted it to. Hide niffy? Do texture paint real quick. Can you imagine like a Godzilla pig? That'd be awesome. But not really. I think. A Godzilla pig? Like a monster pig. Okay. A Godzilla pig. A kaiju pig. Kaiju pig would be awesome. See what the stroke looks like. People saying stroke. I think I'm having like a heart attack or something. I'm like, oh, stroke. That's great. See. Okay, not you. Nuclear ham. Actually, there, I saw in a news report, um, that the Chernobyl, there are some like Chernobyl wolves that they think can actually cure cancer, which was weird. So they found them right before a pandemic, so that was unlucky. But they've been doing experiments on the wolves in Chernobyl. You know, the ones that grow like super huge. And they think that because they're so used to like nuclear stuff, they may actually hold the answer to how to get rid of cancer. Because you would think that they'd have cancer because they're in the middle of, you know, they live in Chernobyl, but they don't. So I think that actually they may have like genetics that prevent cancer. So they're very interested in looking at those wolves. But when pandemic hit and then the Ukraine war, they can't actually go study those wolves right now. That's a shame, but I watch a lot of news. Well, I watch Internet Today a lot. I'll say that. Pretty much, yeah. God, that show killed, like, died so quickly. Everybody was so into, like, I never liked that show, honestly. Uh, we're talking about, I guess, what is it called? It's that dragon show with a bunch of sexy ladies. I don't remember the name. That's how I describe it. What was it? Good God. I read the books. Sharks can't get cancer? Sharks can't get cancer? Really? I think there actually is like a paradox where wolves, I'm sorry, not wolves, whales. It did, didn't it? I think the writers on that show now are having problems getting new jobs or whatever. Can't imagine why. God, you would think getting stuff to look cute and round would be easy, but it's not. Jump the shark. What does that mean? I actually don't know what it means. I kind of have like a general sense, but what does it mean? But yeah, actually, there's a paradox where whales should have a ton of cancer, but they don't, and they don't really know why. Because if you think about it logically, the more cells you have, the more chances you have to get cancer. So by that logic, whales should have a ton of cancer, and mice shouldn't get cancer at all. But for some reason, they can make mice get cancer all the time, and whales never seem to get cancer. Although I can't imagine that it's very easy to study whales. Like I don't know, like how they decide that whales never get cancer. I think if whales got cancer, they'd probably die pretty quickly, and then we'd never see them. But they say that that's the paradox. Did you ever see like that Batman shark repellent stuff? It's hilarious. I don't know why that's what it's reminding me of. I don't think they'd be even allowed. I mean, yeah, they have done that. Okay, I need to add the horns now, probably. I think I actually want to add a cone, kinda. Ugh. How close am I to crashing? Let's save real quick. Don't they have like lost nuclear subs in the ocean somewhere? Got lost nuclear subs in the ocean somewhere. How do you lose nuclear sub? That's what I want to know. Like, they've got like several. There's like a lake where they've got like flesh sacks. Oh, how do you lose nuclear missiles? Like, I would think that that would be something you would never. Oh God, I miss Pepsi. I haven't had a Pepsi in forever. A nuclear Pepsi. I bet that Pepsi is nuclear. I wouldn't be surprised. The stuff they give Americans are just, it's not healthy. We all know it. But we don't have a choice because like three companies control all. So they're like, we're poisoning you. And you're like, okay. Because you don't have any other choice. Okay, so we're gonna kind of curve it a bit. Come here. Come here. Yeah. My dog's gone nuts. Probably should get off and go take her for another walk. It's Sunday. She needs another walk. After I get this pig done. Seems like it's added on the wrong side here. Let me see. Yeah. Scale X, -1. Okay, and then scale it. That's fine. Thank you. I love lurkers. You can lurk all you want. You talk as much or little as you want. I don't care. Does it? Hard for me to tell. I like doing like 2D stuff and like 3D, but the problem is I'm sitting there thinking it doesn't look like the 2D model. Oh, I'm hungry now. That's bad. I shouldn't be hungry doing this, should I? That feels wrong. It feels very wrong. It feels so wrong. I think the cheeks are too droopy. It's the only thing I can think. Like it should be a little bit. Give it Botox. Give it Botox. Critter, critter. You got the corn thing wrong. Your Twitter is leaking? How did that work? Critter, you're supposed to say corn there. You said you got the corn thing wrong. Your Twitter's leaking sounds like a medical problem. You need to see that to get that looked at. To get that looked at, probably. Yeah, yeah, it's fine. I don't care. It's hilarious though. I just figured out what corn means. Because apparently it's like a super secret code. And I was like, what the hell? Oh, God. Twitter's leaking. I actually was talking about that yesterday. I actually wore a hole in my Crocs, which I didn't even know was a thing you could do. I've worn these Crocs all of pandemic, and I finally worn a hole in the bottom of my sole. And I'm still using them. I'm still using them. That's the thing. They're so comfortable. I'm still using them. I really need to go to the mall and buy a new pair of Crocs because I use them to walk the dog because they're super easy to clean off. But I've worn a hole in the shoe, which not good. Not good. Do you have like ticks where you are, Critter? Do you know what ticks are? Like the tick. Uh, there's a lot of ticks around here. We have ticks, and there are so many ticks where I walk, and I'll be falling every time I walk my dog. It used to be worse because I used to go to the dog park, and they're very bad in the dog park. Um, but I'll be falling asleep sometimes, and then I'll wake up, and there will be a tick crawling on me. It's like a nightmare. It's a nightmare. It's just the worst thing ever. Probably the worst thing having a dog. I'm just well, I went on an outward bound trip when I was in high school. I don't know if you know what those are, but it's like I walked from like Virginia to South Carolina to Tennessee and back to North Carolina. So they had a yeah, yeah. So I was they had this certain time where they gave you a tarp and some trail mix and they left you in the forest for 3 days by yourself as like a teaching experience. So I think it was like the third day so basically you just they used to let you be naked doing these. No, it's an outward bound thing. It's they basically make you do that and then how do you call it? I had a lesbian like tent mate and I was asleep one night and I woke up to my tent mate actually like jumping on top of me because there was a snake in her sleeping bag. So that was a fun experience. So it's the middle of the night, and I'm almost asleep. And my tent mate goes like jumps on me and starts like screaming. Yeah, so I was like, "What's happening?" I'm not completely sure she was. I'm not completely sure she was a lesbian, if I'm quite honest with you. Um, I think she may have been one that just kind of wanted to get men's attention, which I know that's a thing. So all the time she'd go and like hang out with the guys and flirt with the guys, but then say she was a lesbian. It's very strange. I'm not sure. Like she may have been just doing it to get male's attention, or she may have just been bi. I'm not sure, but very weird experience. I've had a lot of very weird experiences. Waking up to your roommate screaming about snakes in a knapsack. That's that's one for the books. Nah, nah. We weren't gonna share a bag. I was not gonna do that. I didn't like her much. She was wearing makeup in the middle of the forest. And I still don't understand why. I was like, why are you doing that? And we actually were not allowed to bathe. Let me explain this to you. We were not allowed to bathe because it would hurt the natural resources. So we were not allowed to use soap. Yeah, it's basically. I was like, why are you putting on makeup? Like, because there was nobody to impress. And I was like, who are you impressing? Actually, I did see some wolves and some coyotes and some bears. Who are you impressing? We stepped on a rattlesnake at one point in time. Um, it was like the middle of the night, and we were walking. We were walking a lot, and we were walking, and we were behind schedule, so we were walking middle of the night with no lights. Some of us didn't have enough batteries for our lights on our heads, so we were in the middle of the dark, and we were just walking, and I was like, why are we doing this again? Like, it's not a life or death situation. Why are we walking in the middle of the forest when some people can't see? And so the way we walked was the people who didn't have, headlights so they could see where they were stepping were holding on to the person in front of them. And the next morning, we went down the same path, and there was a rattlesnake that somebody had stepped on with their boot. So we were literally walking on poisonous snakes with no headlights in the middle of the night. And I'm like, basically, just to tell you how bad it was, there was actually a guy who was given a choice between military camp and this camp. And so he chose this camp originally. But in the middle of the camp, he actually decided he wanted to go back. He wanted to go to military camp. He was okay with that. I went to military camp. I'll be honest with you, it kind of was culty a bit. It does feel a bit culty, doesn't it? That's America, though, so we have a lot of cults here. Uh, we have a lot of cults here. It's just a thing. It's very American. So, I mean, even our sales stuff is kind of culty. So that looks like a tail. It's too big, though. Yeah, so we were kind of think like hippie. You think hippie, that's probably close. Which hippie and cult, that does kind of go together, doesn't it? I feel like this is too fat now. Like, see. Like there. It's be so much easier with more reference images. That sounds, yeah, that like critter. But like mine was hippies. Imagine hippies. Actually, I think one of my instructors pulled off his boot, and he had some sort of foot rot on his foot, where his foot would like peel back. It was gross. That's awesome. I think we smelled. I think one time we actually slept in a field of mint. That was probably the best we smelled the entire trip. Like I said, we weren't allowed to bathe, and we weren't allowed to bring deodorant. I just want to imagine like how bad we smelled. We smelled bad. It was bad. The day we got to go and bathe is probably our the best part of it. They also have like some safety things, and let me just tell you, some of those safety things will make you like. They're like, okay, if your counselor gets hit by lightning, this is what you do. They actually told us that. They had to teach us how to deal with lightning strikes. Uh, we actually we had like huge backpacks. This actually happened several times. Like there was a lightning storm. I don't know if you know, but lightning storms are dangerous. So the way we would handle lightning storms is we'd take our backpacks off, put it on the ground, stand on the backpack, and then put our rain jackets over ourselves and wait until the lightning passed. Because if the lightning hit the ground, we would be electrocuted. But by putting the backpack on the ground, it was enough insulation that it wouldn't kill us. Now sit there and think about that. But yeah, so they actually taught us like how to deal with if somebody gets electrocuted, this is what you do. And I sit there and think about that several times in the middle of the night. I'm like, why was I there? To suffer? But I'll be honest with you, my parents were very big into camping. So it's not like I wasn't used to stuff like that. Like my mother would get bad, like she would basically like fall into a bee's nest and I'd have to like, or she cut her toe open once with a saw. I had to go take care of my brothers. My brothers are why I don't want kids. I raise my brothers. I'm not gonna raise anybody more kids. That's good. I'm good. I know. I've had that experience. We're good. So, yeah. So she cut her foot open once. I think I was like maybe 7. And I had to like help her get everyone into the car. So I was used to stuff. So I didn't really register at the time at how messed up that was, if I'm honest with you, because it was just kind of normal to me. Okay, I think that's a tail. We can't really finish it until we get the mirror modifier off, though, can we? Trying to decide if I like it well enough to start the other stuff yet. But yeah, I have some crazy stories. It's kind of why I want to animate them. So I'm trying to like, the reason I'm doing like this project is to figure out like, because I like the style of it. I like Busy Pop's style. I think if I can figure out like how to get her style and then like base my style off of that, I can save myself a lot of time figuring out like what I want it to look like. So I can create like shaders and stuff. Save a lot of time if you have shaders, because shaders are like the worst part. That and rigging. Oh my god, rigging has been a nightmare. Rigging is just an absolute nightmare. It's like the worst thing ever. It looks cool. I love rigging, but I hate rigging at the same time. So it's a very, very strange, emotion. Once I get a rig done, it should be easy enough to like use it for other characters. Just retrofit it and then like set it up. Just getting her to work properly. Getting all the bugs out. Okay, I think it's probably as good as it's gonna get in 3D anyway. Well, you know what, Critter? That's fine. I don't care. I can do just comics. If I fail at doing animations, I could just do comics, but in 3D. I honestly I figured out some ways to like make it easier. I've got a tool where I can just do lip sync, where it basically works like a VTuber, where it just figures out what you're saying and then maps it to a character's mouth. So that's like takes out a lot of it. And then you can do mocap stuff. So that's another big thing. So I honestly I don't think it's gonna be that bad. I think I can do a lot of it. Automation. It's getting the stuff to look right's the problem. No, there's webtoons. And then there's Reddit. You honestly don't watch comics, do you? And then there's like webtoons ranking thing. Actually, webtoons are it's very big. You make money on it. It's basically like YouTube for webcomics. You actually can make your own money with webtoons. Probably not. I read girl comics for obvious reasons, Critter. So a big one in America, I don't think it's probably the same. It might not even webtoons may not even be where you are. I'm not sure. But it's a lot of Korean comics and then it's a lot of American comics. I think there was one about dating a zombie. And then there was one about Persephone, which a lot of people don't like because it's kind of I think I saw like they compared it to Twilight. So basically it's a webtoon about like kind of the same thing as Twilight is. I think I'm actually pleased with it, so we're gonna go ahead and start fixing this a second. Let's see how bad it is. It's basically what it is. All people have called it that. And I can see it. That's one of his nicknames. Its style's pretty unique. Let's see. It looks like this. So like that's Hades and that's Persephone. So it's like taking the yeah, so that's basically what it is. So kind of like that. That's what it looks like. I'm not that much, well, I am now that I'm trying to build social media, but I've never been that much into Tumblr. Actually, Tumblr works really great for streaming. And I'm not quite sure why, but it is. It's really great for streaming because it basically like will create a link where anybody who stops your Tumblr page is counted as a view, which is kind of neat. So it ups my streaming numbers to have a link on Tumblr. Strangely enough. So I do that. Yeah, it's basically I'm Tumblr streaming right now. Except Tumblr streaming doesn't exist anymore. There was like this weird thing where Tumblr decided to do streaming for a while, but they didn't want to build one themselves because they are bleeding money. They are just bleeding money. So they signed up. They had like some like third party do the streaming for them. Everybody hated it. Everybody hated it. I looked at it, and I was so confused. I was so confused by Tumblr streaming. Because they didn't have, like, yeah, it's gone. It was there for a hot minute, and now it's gone again. It was so confusing. Because it was actually, like, a separate company that was doing it. Nobody liked it. I don't know who was actually doing it. A lot of it, I'll be honest with you, a lot of it was OnlyFans. just a lot of it was OnlyFans, which is kind of hilarious, but it was. A lot of it was OnlyFans. And they just go on there and go, "Hey, here's my OnlyFans," and then that's some people, a lot of people. It's kind of what some people hate it. It was almost all OnlyFans. Okay, we're gonna do this, and then yeah, it's good. We're good. Okay. They'd go on and they're like, "Hey, come watch my OnlyFans," and then that's all they do. And then I don't know. They do the typical. Uh, but you know, I respect the grind, so I can't get too mad. Exactly what they were doing. Yeah. So let's take off the grease pencil real quick. And yes, like a maniac, we are going to do this with just my, what do you call it? My mouse. I can get this to work. Yeah, it's basically what they were doing. Like people were like, what are you doing? This makes no sense. I think there's three of them. Let's see, fat nuggets, fat nuggets. Come on. What? Can't be. Oh. It you're joking. Is OnlyFans a Christian website? It can't be. It can't be. That's no way. Why is this not working? Yeah? I mean, come on. There we go. Now it's taking it. Okay, here we go. That would be a twerking your enemies to death. That would be a really interesting way to go to hell. Like you come in and you're like, "How did you die?" And you're like, "Oh, I got twerked to death." I bet you would get like some credit or something. I watched what was it? Tucker and Dale versus the Forces of Evil yesterday. Wombats twerk their. Oh no! I think like you ever heard of honey badgers? Apparently, I do not know why, but honey badgers are like a meme, and everybody's like honey badgers, and then they tell you like weird things they do. Whoa, that sounds interesting. You know what we're gonna do here? Extra paint. I don't care. We're just gonna. Yeah. I don't care how messed up this looks. We're gonna fix it anyway. Fix it in post. What I do? Doo-doo-doo. There you go. There you go. I wonder what that would be like. Do that real quick. How did that happen? Oh, critter. I don't think so. I like speculating though. It's fun. What's the point of living if you can't speculate? You don't like speculating? I like speculating. From there. Well, I like rabbit holes. I had a rabbit once. I hated it. That's another pet I'd never get again. But to be fair, it may have just been my parents. My mother viewed animals as like, told you she grew up on kind of like a farm. So she did not view animals the same way I did. They most did. So the rabbit was in a cage for most of its life. Yeah, basically. And I think it would have been nicer as a pet if it had been allowed in the house ever. It was never allowed in the house. And I can understand some animals never being allowed in the house, but it's a rabbit. And I think she didn't do her research, so she bought like a, you ever seen a Flemish rabbit? She bought a huge rabbit. She did not buy a small rabbit. Yeah, she basically viewed them as food. They were not pets, they were food. So, that poor bunny. I kind of think about it sometimes. I'm like, that poor bunny. It lived like 7 years though. That bunny was kind of mean. I'll be honest, my bunny was kind of mean. Yeah, it was a kind of mean bunny. I think I want to do this on both sides here. Okay. And it's got like a on top. I should fix this a little bit here. Come on. Oh well, this thing has been, whoever made this, I don't know. I'm very appreciative for making it, but at the same time, it's not very intuitive. I wish it was. Make my life so much easier if this tool is intuitive. Okay, so let's do some black stuff here. Then I guess I'm probably gonna go from this here. And try to give him the same eye on the other side. Okay. And then here, we're gonna give him these little, I think the black things are always called fat nuggets, but I'm not sure. Those aren't very shaped very well, are they? Let's fix that. I don't know. I didn't name him. But I think they look like nuggets. Maybe that's just my weird brain. Could be. Yeah, look at the art-ish. This actually may be easier here if I part some of these parts here. So let's do that. We're gonna separate out the horns real quick. Well, the other idea is maybe it's because he's looked at as food. So I don't want to consider that option, so we're not going to. So I'm thinking it's just... So these front ones here look like they're black. And then these back ones here are this dark pink here. Just gonna... There you go, fat nuggets. And then this tail. Get the radius up here. Yeah. Hello. Okay, pig. Okay, we gotta get the corkscrew going. I guess I can just model that. There's gotta be an easy way to do it, though. Isn't there like a corkscrew modifier? I'll get better results with this, though. Okay. That's fantastic. Here we go. I'm being sarcastic. Mostly. No. No. Why are you trying to give me like PTSD, critter? Well, I am going to do that, but... I mean, we may like it like that. I don't know. See. And it's going to bounce like a spring. That is my intention. But not yet. Yeah. That's what I'm going for. It's a pig. That looks right. Kinda. That's what I'm going for. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Scale it a bit, because I think it's a bit too big. That's fat nuggets. Yep. Let's do object mode and finish off the main body of the pig. We're almost done. And then we're going to pose him with Nifty, and then I'm probably going to take a break for lunch. After I've created my vision of him Nifty riding him. Never be good. Then I'll be fairly pleased. kind of want to do like a nature show. You know what I'm saying? Like a nature show. I think would be kind of cute. With like her cleaning stuff and then like I think that'll be cute. I think I'll do that. And that way I can do like little tiny scenes of like sweeping and stuff like that. I'm making dreams come true. My dreams are weird. Yeah, you should not make those dreams come true, critter. Okay, so we're gonna, yep. But then we're going to get rid of that because, yeah. And then, oh, I've got to organize her a bit better. Mm-hmm. Let's do, yep. Nope. Gooey. Do skeleton. And then, oh, hide. Oh, I'll fix that later. Okay. Okay, Nippy, let's get you going. Cool. Ah, good. Good. You know what? We're not gonna move her. We're gonna move the pig. Do. We're gonna move the pig. Okay, we'll move the pig first. Yeah. I think like right there looks good. See that camera. Yep. Okay, let's get Suzanne going. Where's Suzanne? Girl. Suzanne. I see a test render of that real quick. Okay, so looks to me like the inside of the hotel showing too. We're gonna, yeah. I just select the entire thing. Come on. Okay. Why is my camera, why is Suzanne moving every time I move stuff? Suspicious it may be my computer. Rotate Z here. Oh, yeah, it's probably a good idea. Thank you for reminding me. I would have cussed a lot. And then, got kicked off of YouTube. I think they're more, I think, okay, so here's her leg. And we can like, yeah. Here's her other leg. We don't really need to pose that, do we? Let's do here. And then the elbow here. Yeah. Where did that bone go? Need to finish up the shapes for this. Okay. And then we got the camera here. Be like a slight tilt there. Okay. Now we gotta show the gooey. And then here. Like that. And then mouth rig. We can kind of mess with that. And then eye rig. Like the mouth rig so I can see it better. Where's Suzanne? Get this framed a little better. Gotta save that real quick because, yeah, it's starting to lag. I think I got the lights showing though. I don't want those. Come on, Suzanne. Why, Suzanne? Well, if you're not going to do it, I'm going to do it, Suzanne. So, see here. I think like right here I can change this a bit. Oh, I'm going to pose mode for some reason. Okay. X. Turn the lights on real quick. Okay, so these lights need to be moved. I figure out the lighting for the background. I have no idea. Okay, so back into camera mode. Let's have her have one hand up here. I think it's going to be this one. Okay, so pose mode. Now here, let's see if we can get the accessories to show. And then there's Suzanne again. that. Like she's holding, like that. I don't want to flip her hair. But we're gonna have to do that in the armature probably. So we're gonna go into the rig, her body rig. Here we go. So this here is her hair rig. Scale X, -1. Wrap that a bit. Again, let's see what that looks like. Nope. Okay. Save it. Get back into this. Hide the armature. Do a test render. Yep. How did that happen? Yeah, it did it again. We're gonna undo all that. Not worth the heartache. May have to do with the physics bones I gave it. And Suzanne moved again. I am pushing the boundaries of what my computer is capable of doing. I know this. Like every time I render, Suzanne moves. Suzanne! I'm just gonna blame it on Suzanne. Like, that's not what I'm rendering here, is it? That's weird. That's Ghost in the Machine. Isn't that a thing? But if you look at the viewport, that's not what's rendering. Come on. Hmm. Like, this bug's there. We want the bug away for right now. We can just do... Maybe it'll let me do that. Suzanne. Let's do this. View, camera. Maybe that's what's wrong. Hi, Armored. How you doing? Oh, you're joking me. Suzanne, you are making me cry today. See what we got here. We're just gonna do that there. Grab Suzanne again. Maybe the third time's a charm. Maybe it's got a, maybe that's it. Okay, that's it. It's got keyframes on it. Okay, that's why Suzanne's moving. It's because it's got keyframes. Okay, so let's try showing the hotel again. Let's see if we can. Suzanne. How did that happen again, Suzanne? Suzanne is not being a good helper right now, okay? Let's just do... Like, it looks like it's... Or Suzanne, I guess. I don't know. I'm not gonna make it better because I get annoyed. There are some bugs in the rig. But we're getting tired of that, so we're taking a slight break. Okay. So, There, Suzanne. Are you happy now? Are you happy now, Suzanne? Ha 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 ha. Okay. So we're taking a slight break. Gonna make a pig. Grease pencil's not on for him though. It's driving me. That's what I want. I want grease pencil on as well. Save. Save. Desperately saving. Line's not showing up. Okay, why is the line's not showing up? It's not really showing up here either, are they? Let's see what we got. Should be. Silhouette. Fat nuggets. Fat nuggets, black. Yeah. No. Come on. Render. Yeah, that's right. Get rid of that. Just a face. Oh, good God. Okay. You know what? We're getting hungry anyway. We'll figure out the grease pencil later. Okay. That's probably it for this stream. And I'm lazy, so I'm just gonna do it. That's good. No, we're gonna roll with it. We're gonna roll with it for today. We're good. We're good. That's it. I'm hungry. I have hamburgers. I'm going to go eat hamburgers now. And then maybe vacuum. We'll see how I feel.